Okay, so I'm going to share some pictures on the group, and there are some pictures which I'm going to be sharing that are going to be upside down, and I want you to not turn them right side up.
Upside down portraits. Oh God, last time I made an alien last time.
Whatever it is, jo ho so ho. Now you know how to make an alien. But we will try this. And this time I am sharing pictures of celebrities. So if you turn it upside down and you know who the celebrity is, the whole point of the exercise would be lost. So I want you to control yourself. But before that, there are some other pictures that I'm going to share, which are just pencil sketches. So while there are a few people who still are going to join and I'm going to eat. So during that time, you can practice these.
Can I show you what I just made?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. That is very impressive.
I have a friend who likes flamingos, so I've been at it for the past 2 hours to get it right.
That's really pretty, Shivani.
Thanks. I also think it's come out quite all right, you know. Now I'm going to put it away so that I don't look at it too much.
Okay, I've shared these images. These are right side up, so you don't have to worry about these. But these are studies in tonal value. So let me speak about these for a bit. I want you to see how, as much as we draw from photographs, it's also fun to sometimes sketch from a sketch. Because here you get to study the lines and strokes and approaches of other artists, where they would shade a certain way, how they have translated a tone into either textural shade or a tone in charcoal maybe, or very fine shading. And that can be, once you do it the way the artist has done it, that's something that you can adapt for yourself also. You know that there are different kinds of applications of pencil or charcoal to create the same effect. Oh. Now, studies like these are for extreme light and to study a very strong contrast in the picture. You have a very dark tone, which is the hair and the shadow, and then a very light tone, which is where sharp light has been focused on the face from the bottom. So these kind of studies are very interesting because more than understanding how to draw features, this helps you understand how to depict light. Oh, just 1 second, please. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so something like this will help you understand how to vary tones, and also it captures shapes more prominently than features. And that's eventually what we want to do, be able to show a feature through its shape. Now here, this is a beautiful texture-filled illustration. There's hardly any line which is just straight and no smooth edges. And this is a, now I find this very interesting, though it may not be realistic. This is how a quick sketch would be made, again, to block tones. And some places where you have so some places where you have tones which are darker, you have one way of depicting that with multiple. So you have darker tones like this. And then you have, again, how this texture over here and this texture over here. If you zoom in, it looks very messy. But just by the way the lines have been made or the direction of the lines gives a certain roundness to this part, which can be, which you can identify as the cut of the jawline and things like that, only with lines.
Also, he's made very interesting use of those little
Squares.
shapes.
Yes,
Squares and triangles and all. It gives it such a
exactly.
mathematical look.
Yeah,
Like
it looks so intriguing. It makes
really
it very
intriguing.
interesting. Okay, now here again, it's very textural, but like you'll see, or unlike the previous picture, the texture is meant to capture the folds of the skin. And we never, if you look at a face, you would never know how you can create that kind of depth or dimension with just lines. So when you recreate a picture like this, those dimensions start becoming more apparent. So in this case, let me show you some points of interest. Like over here, you have lines which move almost parallel to the jawline. Over here, you have mostly parallel lines, but in two different angles. So they will show roundness. So though the line starts off, there is a bunch of lines that start off going away, but they eventually turn around and become like this. And these are all explorations, mind you. So this is another part of sketching faces that helps us a lot. Now over here, we have two lines which go like this as well and cross over also, but they're not straight, they're all curved. Now this helps you to recreate faces exactly like this with so much of drama. And there's something quite magical about seeing what we would perceive as a smooth surface translated as lines. And then we have one which is absolutely smooth. But look at how much they have achieved with just how like a light shade going into a slightly darker shade. So if I were to enlarge just this part of the eye, it looks almost like a ghostly eye looking at us. And this could be a pupil as well. But in fact, it is just a very sharp, unusual shadow falling on the top of the lid, a bounced light falling on the lower part of the lid, the shadow of the lashes on the cheek. It's very dramatic. Same thing happening over here as well. So this is a much, much more involved, smooth rendering of a picture. So I'm going to give you about a 10-minute exercise in trying to recreate any one of these that you want. But before I throw you in that pool, I'll show you how I would approach it. And then you can take it from there for yourself. Oh, sorry. Please excuse my plea. Okay, I'm going to make the first picture. So we have to start every picture like I try to recommend every time. Start with a sketchy line work and get your shapes with a continuous movement. This is up to you how you want to recreate those shapes and then shade them, because we don't know how the process has started. And for all practical purposes, this is like any other picture. This could have been a picture of flowers, this could be a photograph or whatever. So we are translating shapes onto paper, and we have to just pay attention to the same things: shape, size, placement, proportion. And in this case now, after you have done that, you can focus on the shading. So this is the kind of form that I have created. Beyond this point now, I will start shading to create the same kind of tonal representation that I see. And a lot of things can change over here as my picture develops. Shapes will change, angles will change, distances will change. So the initial sketch is only going to give me a guidance for more or less over here. This is where we shade, or this is where we don't shade. The original picture over here, our reference image is pretty, I think it's made in charcoal, but we can recreate this even in pencil. So if you don't get a very high contrast, it's okay. Just an 19 piece is also fine. There's a texture over here below the eye, but there is a highlight. So only see the area for where you need to put some pencil shading or some places which you should ignore. And as you proceed, you'll start getting a better estimate of space. And you can move from one feature to the next, like so. Now over here, I realize that my nose has gone a little further than the reference image. So I'm going to make adjustments. The moment I make this adjustment, the mouth will also have to be pulled closer. This is how I want you to go about. And the fact that the picture is, the reference image itself is also just a messy illustration, is a good thing, because then you don't have to worry about how many lines you need to make the correct shape. Now over here, as far as the lips are concerned, I am trying to measure from the nostril. How far do I think it is, and how far out does the lip have to go? And then the corner of the mouth is further. It makes a very interesting shape over here, but it doesn't join. All right. Okay, so I'll leave you to it, and I shall have my uttappa in the meantime.
Aditi ma'am, maybe in your next art retreat, add a bit of pencil sketching also. So you get to see us how we use our pencils and what best would be the way to use it.
Definitely. I think we should
Mm.
just do a pencil sketching retreat. I would just love it.
Yes.
But maybe it's time to plan another retreat now. Please
Yeah,
give me
please
some
plan.
interesting destinations. Because Goa too is very possible again, but I'm sure there are other places we can go to. And if we plan properly, then maybe August, September, we can do it. September, early September, I'm going to Kashmir. So that would have also been great. Just a flowers in Kashmir, but that's next spring. We can plan for that.
Yeah. But yes, it would be good idea now. Probably, yeah. I think July is gonna be monsoon, but yeah, August is nice. Maybe August you can plan some. Mm.
Yeah,
Even
sure.
monsoons also maybe in Pune, and we can do some landscapes.
Pune, so you can come anytime. Monsoons in Pune are brilliant.
Western Ghats.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lovely place we can plonk in Lonavala, close to Lonavala.
Ah,
It will
wow.
be brilliant.
Mm.
There
So
is, so we have place for 8 people, shared staying. Any 8 people who want to come, I'll do a workshop in August.
okay, I'm in first week of August.
First week of August, ठीक है.
Mm.
So Ritika, I want you to take ownership of this.
Okay.
Put it on Art from Home group.
Yeah.
I'll look for costing and I'll share the costing with you. We have room for 7 people because I'll also be one of the people. Okay. And I'll share some pictures of the place that we can stay. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I would love to spend time.
Yeah, yeah, come.
I think it's good to have 2 or 3 art retreats because one is very much, it's like you feel like, oh, it's so easily gone, and now you want to again go back to that time because that time actually helped, like you're sketching all the time and, you
Yeah,
get liberation that you want to continue.
that is very true. It helps to have 2, 3, I think is a good idea. I never thought of it.
Yeah.
So एक कोई मिलते I wouldn't get people to come for even one.
Yeah.
But 2, 3, I don't mind.
Yeah. I've been really looking forward to, meet you again and then, explore other things because
Hmm.
this human sketching part, I'm very much happy
Hmm.
that, I am able to at least get some proportions and I am able to create some things because
Right.
I'm so scared of them. So it actually helped me because you made us see everything and then, we
Hmm.
drew. So having you, I mean, online we are doing it, but, having you together, like even for the pencil sketching, I think it's going to change a lot the way we see when we are not seeing you doing it.
It
Because
makes a difference, no? Yeah, I believe it does make a difference. That's true.
I was very fast, when I was drawing. But when I saw you doing it, then I realized, oh, when I'm seeing on the screen, it's fast, but it's not fast. I mean, quick sketch doesn't mean I have to do like this.
Good fast,
But
yeah.
I have to slow down. I have to do it line by line. But it should not take the whole 1 hour. I mean, 10 minutes is fine. That's what I have to train my mind once I saw you sketching. That okay, this is the way of sketching, not the one which I am following.
Very interesting. Ritika, you need to write an essay now for me for my
Yeah.
own classes. Yeah,
Yes.
students' perspective. Otherwise, I don't know these things. This
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah, I will write it. That's why, I was thinking maybe I will now create a small video of, the things, the pictures I drew after I came back from
Yeah,
Goa,
yeah,
because
good.
those were the learnings from me. Actually, I slowed down. Even now, when I sit, if early in the morning, I try to rush, then it comes to my mind automatically. No, this is not the way. Just slow down. So
Yeah,
then I see when I slow down and I make the moves, my lines are far much better. They create.
yeah.
I show you because I was in Stockholm 2 weeks.
Yeah. How was your trip?
It was nice. It was the office trip, but but I tried most use of going around. So I could sketch this one, Aditi.
Oh my God, that is beautiful.
Yes.
I
So I
can't,
was so happy
I
that
can't believe, it was my classes that did this.
Yes.
This is
You
all
know,
you.
when I was about to sit, I realized, I mean, the session we had at Basilica of Bom Jesus, and I
Yeah.
saw, you created it. And
Mm.
I said, why my windows look like, like this hazy? But when I saw your lines, they were all, I mean, you're not creating too much. That's what I learned. But whatever you created in a shape, in a systematic way, that they all look so beautiful. And that was the inspiration, when I started.
These are beautiful. I love this. What detailing is amazing.
It's lovely, Ritika. It's so good. Wow.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's really so good.
Please share
Wow.
it in the
Wow.
Well
Art
done.
from Home group. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Wow.
Wow, that's really beautiful.
And then I was like, I don't have to be scared of the humans. I can make them like tiny, as you
Yeah.
have shown us that, it's fine. You just need to understand how much or what size they will look in that proper, from the eye level. So I could estimate that when I was making it, because I have seen all those things with you.
Wow. Nice. Abhi
So,
ad banate hai, Ritika.
yes.
You become the spokesperson. Very interesting. I love the picture work. Share all your pictures from Stockholm.
Yeah. Yes. I created few of them. I was so when I started, so I started with this one. I thought it was hard for me to start. Maybe for after few days I was sketching, but I said no, I won't give up.
Ah,
At least I try something. So I sketched some of the people who were sitting with me in the airport. So I
very
took,
nice.
but at least I said I will draw it, so it remains with me.
Wonderful. Very nice.
But I really love, even with the rice, Aditi ma'am, I was so scared of making rice.
Ah.
But I could feel that I'm getting bit better. At least my picture, when I'm now trying to sketch, at least I can feel that this is rice.
Yeah, no, the lines are so confident. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
The dumplings look ready to be picked up in black and white. Very nice. Very nice.
So this is all because of continuing with you slowly and gradually. I mean, I was so scared of putting anything, whether it's gonna be okay or not okay. But and everything, I tried this is with pen directly. So I didn't do anything in pencil. So that confidence now I have got that okay, I can understand a bit on the proportion and I go ahead, it will be okay. Yeah, that confidence of line is what I have got now.
That is one thing that I found many people say that with pen, when you know ki it's a do or die now, you do much
Yeah.
better. With pencil, when you know ki change kar sakte hain, you're so hesitant.
Yes.
So even Mrugal's cookbook, when we were illustrating, there were a couple of times I said, forget that pencil. You're taking such a long time. Just make it with pen. Jaise aayega, it'll still look nice. And eventually she did only that for some of the black and white illustrations. And she said, why is it so that these come better than the pencil? And I said, absolutely no explanation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm very much happy. Even this salad, I never thought my salad is gonna look that nice. At least it looks like a salad.
Oh my God. Wow. Very nice.
Ritika, put up these pictures on the group. Now that's so beautifully done.
Yeah.
There's
I just draw it in the
You
morning.
should just share
Yeah,
it.
this
Like,
they're
don't
really
think what
nice.
anybody says.
No, and you
Likes,
write what
doesn't
you're
like,
saying
doesn't
because
matter.
what you're saying
That's
is
what I do.
making
I
so
just
much
share it because
sense.
I want to share. I don't care whether I get likes or don't likes,
Yeah.
nothing or comments. It's just
No,
for me to say that, chalo, I did something to it.
yeah, no, I should share. Actually, the problem is I do it in the morning, just to have a nice start because that's what I feel very happy when I draw. And then I get with the office and I'm so lost that by the evening I forget that I've made something that I should have shared. But I think I should do it in the morning itself when I complete.
Yeah,
anytime.
Yeah, just do it.
Very cool.
But I was so happy that I'm making, I can create something from the travels rather than just looking at it.
Very nice. Feels so even the travel becomes so much more interesting. You're constantly looking. There's so much
You
stuff. that
definitely
is
see things differently
differently.
now. That I know from Aditi, the way I've learned. When I look at things, I'm like, oh my God, even a cartoon, I can see shading of the eyes and all that, which I could never see before. I was just noticing that the other day.
That's so true. Okay, give me a minute. I'll be right back. How's the illustration going?
My illustration looks like a pig.
Like a what?
A pig nose. Having trouble drawing the nose.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me see. Arey, very nice, Shivani. Your niche wala face is looking very good. Upar ka face has been a problem, no?
Yeah, the eyes and God, she looks so unhappy.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I being posed and why are you drawing? That's the look she's giving me. But the guy is happy.
Guy is very nice. Yeah, very nicely done. Okay, so now I can share the upside down pictures because that will take some time. So we can come back to this in a bit. But I would like to give some time to the upside down portraits. Now, wherever you are seeing these, don't be tempted to turn them right side up. Okay. Pick any one of them. You'll know at least whichever is male, whichever is female, and you might try to guess which is which. That is also fine, but don't turn it upside down or right side up. And immediately start sketching it. So again, I will do this for you before so that you're not completely lost. Okay. So these pictures you've definitely seen before. I think at least two of the three you will have seen before. And these have to be taken very slowly. Don't try to do them too fast. Focus on every shape. And I usually start from the top, but you can start from the bottom also. Top is simpler because it just helps your hand move in an order that you don't mess up the illustration too much. So start somewhere in the center because you don't know how much space you're going to use up. Don't start too much in the corner, and literally focus on only one element at a time, one line at a time, and one proportion. That's it. It's a very, you have to break down your exercise into just that. Then from here, how much do I move this so that I can make the next shape, whatever that shape looks like. So here it almost looks as if that shape has, it is coinciding with the top of the mouth.
Diti ma'am, any specific reason we start with the lips?
Just because it's on top and it is a definite defined feature. Once that whole thing is done, then I will make the outline of the face. I prefer to not make the outline because I know that I see the outline very big and the features then become very small inside the face. Sometimes it's the other way around. For some people, you would see if you make the outline of the face, it looks smaller to you. So you make it smaller and then the features look too big. So it's better to go from inside to outside rather than the other way around. Okay, so I'm going to start shading also because only with shading will I get a sense of how much space is being used. And this is very smooth shading. So if you want to, you can use a paper stump. So you get the right effect right from starting. Now you can do it this way, or if you want, you can make a rough sketch and then make the illustration. But I prefer to go with a very refined shading from one feature to the other because that helps me gauge distances much better. And for this, you can use an eraser. Huh?
Oh,
Yeah, I was waiting for that audible sigh of relief.
I forgot to put myself on mute.
Well, I could sense it from even before that this is going to be a relief for a lot of you. So the reason why I'm okay with using an eraser over here is because it's a very unusual task in the first place. And it requires you to see shapes a certain way and gauge distances and all. But in you will be able to do much better because of that eraser. That I know. And by now, I think all of you have been cured of the addiction of using an eraser willy-nilly. So now you can play with it. So as far as possible, try not to use the eraser. And if you are using the eraser, it would be in a place where you made the wrong shape, perhaps. So make the correct shape before you erase the wrong line. That's the very least you can do, because otherwise the danger is that you will continue to draw a line in the same place that you are erasing. I don't know, again, why that happens, but I've seen that happen in the in-person classes. And which is very funny. I'm sitting right here in front of the students and they just say, no, I have to use an eraser. So they start using it. And 10 times I've seen them erase a line and draw a line in the same place. And the reason is because the brain is convinced that the line has to be in a particular location. But when they draw it, they realize that it's wrong. Sometimes it isn't even wrong, but just the allowance of using an eraser is then abused. So like in this case, I have left a certain section of the original line that I'd drawn for the nose, but I feel that it's too far away. But I've kept it, I've not erased it, because with this in place, I will know how much I had miscalculated the distance. And once that is drawn, then I can erase that line so that I can draw the next shape. Now give yourself the other indicators also pretty much the same way. If we look at the shape of the nostril and we draw a line straight down, where does it go and touch? So somewhere over here, because the face is at an angle. And then the edge of the nostril, if we draw a line, at what angle would we get the corner of the eye? And then once we get the corner of the eye, just focus on that shape. Don't look at it as an eye. You will see a very shallow curve on top, which is actually the bottom of the eye. Turn in sharply, almost going vertically downward. And then you have a deep curve in the bottom. So just focus on the curve itself. Don't look at it as an eye. And that will make all the difference. So like with upside down faces, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this. Have you tried seeing people walking when you are upside down? So this happens, but I don't know why I have seen this, where I have been upside down, but I've seen this very frequently. At some point, if you are, especially if you're outdoors, maybe at a beach or something, and you're just lying on the beach and you tilt your chin upwards and look back, you'll see the world upside down. And try to see movement. You'd be very surprised how when we see people walking upside down, people look like they're hopping. There is an up and down movement in our gait, which we have either learned to ignore or we don't notice it anymore. When everyone walks, they move up and down a little bit. But we see them in our heads as walking straight. But the moment you turn your head upside down and see them walking upside down, they're all walking like suddenly they're jumping or skipping like schoolgirls. Now, do use your finger or your pencil for proportioning if you feel the need to, and also constantly keep checking angles and thicknesses and distances, thicknesses of lines, And there is a nice shadow in the white of the eye. Don't ignore that. And don't be in a rush to put something down on paper. Observe very keenly and take your time before you decide to uh, depict that on paper. Okay, my lips need to be changed. Hmm. I'm just gonna go and sharpen my pencil a bit because this will just not do. How's it going with everyone?
Good,
Good? Okay, that's good.
because it's still upside down, so around we'll see.
Ah, so interesting, no? So right now you have absolutely no idea of how it's turning out. But objectively speaking, the shapes are looking fine.
Also, because upside down, also I know who the person is, and so in my head I have that picture, and I know that when I turn it around, it's probably not going to be the same.
Oh no, that's the problem with celebrities.
Yeah,
You know them even upside down.
the middle one I didn't realize, but the first and last.
Hmm. Now, when you're making the shape of the eyebrows, make them in a dotted line first, so you get the shape right, but don't make the whole shape like that. And try to not shade it, but make it in the texture that you see. So those subtle lines also make a nice, make a big difference. And first, if you want, make a light line, and then like this, and then make a darker shape so that if you need to erase it, you don't have a very dark color to erase. Okay, Richa, how are you doing?
At it.
Okay, can I have a look? Okay, nice, not bad. The corners of the nose, though, or the edges of the nose, may not be as dark. So just check the tonal value that you've made. But other
Right.
than that, I like the shapes. They're really nice and firm. That's good.
Right. I'm happy because I know the person and I
Ah.
said a silent sorry to her before I started. I think I'm like, oh God. But yeah, so maybe that helped. Thank
Mm.
you.
So from July, I'm going to have an art quarter again after many years. I don't know if I've spoken about this before. This is a 3 month, I guess, just a 3 month curriculum for art for beginners maybe, or people who can't commit for the whole year. I used to have this in 2015, 16, and then I I just had to stop it. But twice a year I have an art quarter, Jan and July. So I'll be doing 12 weeks of different topics. It's going to be on Tuesday evenings when we used to have the children's class. Now there are very few kids in that batch. So I shifted them all out. So that time is free from 5 to 6:30 or maybe 5 to 7 on Tuesday evening. And it's just going to be from July to September. And we'll cover the similar topics that we have done in class: pencil sketching first month, then pen and ink. So that will include doodle art, graphic art, things like that. And what else? Then watercolor. So florals, food, travel, all of that. And then the people who feel they want to continue, then they can join one of the other batches, Friday or Saturday batch. So if you know of anyone who wants to join but is not sure about whether they can do it for the whole year, this one is a nice one to do. It starts at the end of the summer holidays and just before all our festivals begin. So this time usually people can commit to doing a class, and then they can join whenever, if they feel they want to, whenever they get time, the usual way we have class. So I'll be sharing details about this next week. In the meantime, if you can identify people, to let them know or give them my number and ask them to connect with me so I can share details further. So the art from home group, you must have met Varnita. Varnita was she came to me for an art quarter in 2014, I think. Varnita, then Ashika, and then they stuck on for a long time. And then they would intermittently keep coming and going. But that time the art quarter was in person. And all the in-person people are so spoiled now, they don't want to do online. So this is going to this is going to be an online class.
Ritika, I hope you're not going to lose you.
Huh?
I said, I hope you're not going to lose Ritika.
No, I think she's quite committed. No, when people come for the online, no, the in-person classes, now they found it very difficult to adjust to online classes. Ritika is just doing the retreats, now. So I don't think she's going too far.
No, it's very hard for me. I will lose whatever I have been doing if I don't come to these classes every week.
Yeah, you've
Because
got
the
That's
world
exactly
out
how I
is
feel. If I don't do the class, no, I think I won't do it. And I
correct.
need the class. I have to
yeah.
attend to keep
Yeah.
going.
This is like my yoga. I don't do it if I'm not going to class. It just doesn't happen, no matter what we say.
Right.
And with the class, you can do a lot you
That's true.
you did not think you would be capable of, and you keep moving forward.
And it's every time something new. I mean,
Hmm.
I've been for
Every
more
time.
than 2 years, so every time it's something new. You can never say I have done this before.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even if the topic is similar, it's still something new.
yeah. That's the best bit. Even I enjoy it. Actually, it's a big challenge for me also. How I can uh, go teach the same topic, but the best bit is I just forget what I've done before. So my memory serves me very well in this
Oh my
case.
God, I'm the same. That's why I enjoy
Every
it.
day
I
is
can
new.
repeat the same thing again and again. Because I forget half the time.
Correct. So I sometimes have to remember that maybe I have done this before, but then every time I do it, it's going to be different because I don't remember the techniques. So it's the same.
For me, it's the same as reading books. I've read the same Agatha Christie like thousands of times, but I still don't know who's the murderer.
What?
Till today,
That is
it's
too
the
much.
same. Every time. Since I was a kid, I was like that. I
My
can never, it's like reading brand new to me. So I keep all my books and I just keep rereading everything.
That's actually so nice. Very kifaiti also.
And they're really enjoyable, you know. When I'm like, he did it? Seriously? That's why he did it?
Last time you read it also, he'd only done it.
Yeah, but I don't remember that. Same with TV shows. Very few things that I can actually remember the ending. Very
Yeah,
few things.
same here. I can't believe you guys recognized who this person is. Because I knew the person, I changed the photo upside down, and then when I saw it, I couldn't recognize. Maybe
I think
that's
mine
why.
looks like a boy though, from what I can see in my upside down.
Yeah, because she has a boy cut of me. Yeah.
What's your
I
name?
didn't dare do that. That one.
Oh, you
I
did?
told she's no. I said she's too pretty. I can't do it to her.
That is
She's
true.
one of my favorite actors. I'm like, no, I never forgive myself. And that image is going to then stick in my head that, oh my God, I made this horror.
I know.
I have already, but I don't mind. It's just a different person.
Yeah.
What is her name? I forgot her name.
Wait.
Audrey
Yeah.
Hepburn.
Sorry?
Oh, Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, okay.
Audrey
I was
Hepburn.
trying to remember.
Way before your time, Rita.
Yeah.
I've watched the Roman Holiday, I think maybe at least 50 times. And
Easily.
and I just don't get fed up of it. It's like,
Yeah. I can again watch it every day.
yeah,
Rest of my
anytime,
life.
anytime. She's like just so adorable.
I know all the dialogues.
Dialogues, yeah.
Dialogues and situations, all those things I remember.
It's just so lovely. Like, Gregory Peck is like so debonair and she's so cute.
I
Oh
know.
my God. Like, soon. Anyway,
Have you seen the movie called Trumbo?
no.
You should watch it. It's very interesting. It's about this guy named somebody Trumbo who was a script writer for Hollywood, and on the
Uh,
backdrop of this Screen Actors Guild or Screen
uh,
Actors Guild strike that's going
hmm.
on. You should even see it even more. But
Yeah, correct.
So this is he was sent to jail as what a communist during that age, and and then he wouldn't get any work because Hollywood was so it was governed by these big studios. No, nobody wanted to do the risk of hiring a blacklisted writer. So he just turned things around. He said, okay, they don't have to know I wrote it, but they still need good scripts, and I know I'm good. So he started writing, and he told his friend, why don't you, I will write the script and you sell it to them. You take the credit, you take the money, and we will split it 50-50. And his friend was really sweet, and he said, no, but I'm not going to take 50-50. I'm going to take 30-70. So anyway, they had that deal. And this friend was the guy who was awarded best screenwriter for Roman Holiday. It won an Oscar.
Oh.
And it turns out that this script was written by Trumbo as the blacklisted writer. And his script won the award, but he obviously could not say that it was him who wrote it. Eventually, after that whole thing died down, I believe they gave him credit. And the name Roman Holiday was suggested by this friend.
Oh, okay.
That was the only thing, because he said, I love the script and all, but the title is horrid. And then he said, Roman Holiday is what I would title it. And for that, I'll take 30% of the, proceeds. It's so cute. It's a wonderful story. Yeah?
It's a wonderful. I mean, it's just so cute.
I think I'm done.
You're done? Okay. More or less. All of us will be done soon. So this technique of upside down illustration is in a book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain by Betty Edwards. It's a very nice book. If those of you who want to continue with pencil sketching, especially for portraits and all, you should pick it up, because I just like to promote books on art. And but just so you know, I came up with this technique all by myself, and I will never be able to tell everybody that I did so, because she's already written a book about it. If only I'd written a book first. But the book is very nice. Until I write my book about this, you can please use hers. It's very, very.
I don't know who she is. I only know Upside Down from Aditi.
Very good. Thank you. But her book is very good. If you come across it sometime, just browse through it, see it. It might be nice to practice. She's got some very interesting tips also. And maybe next time I can show you the book.
I wanted to tell everyone the book I illustrated is now on Amazon actually.
What is?
The book I illustrated.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Now it's on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That's a great news.
Thank you so much.
Please share the link with us.
Yeah. After the session, I'll share the link.
That'll be great. I think my face has become too long. Okay, so by now, since we've just been looking at this face upside down, do you think you are seeing shapes more objectively than you were before half an hour ago? Are you able to see these as shapes rather than objects or objects with an identity.
Say it one more time.
So when I'm drawing this line over here, I'm looking at a shape. Are you looking at it and saying, okay, this is a shape, or this is the collar, this is the neck? Are you
Oh,
still
yeah.
seeing
No.
things as their identity, or are you seeing them as the shape? Because that is the takeaway from this exercise, that after a certain time, you're so involved in depicting shapes that you don't see anything other than shapes and texture and pattern. Then we've achieved our goal.
Shape.
You are, na? Huh, good.
Yeah. I see the line basically.
Yeah. So I stumbled upon this technique once when this was all in those 3 months that I was doing nothing but pencil sketching when I was 15. And how I came across this was, I think in my idea of how can I become the perfect artist of portraiture, I said I want to increase the level of difficulty. And I said, what can be more difficult than drawing things upside down? So that's how I thought this would be a great idea. And of course, it was a very frustrating exercise. But I do have that sample somewhere. I wish I could. I keep saying this, and then at the most inopportune, those pictures come in front of me, but I forget to note where I find
Yeah,
it.
the
So someday I'll show you those pictures. Okay, I think even I'm done. So whenever everyone is ready, we will all turn our pictures right side up. The face has become too long. I can see it already.
No, my eyes are not in the right position.
Her nose is still longer than what I was drawing. Oof, terrible. My God, her face has become so long. I'm so disappointed.
Aditi, God, you're scaring me.
Maybe you've got it right, Alka. All of think differently. Okay.
I
Anyway.
was like,
Mine just looks like some person, like kind of shocked face.
Short face?
No, not short face.
Shocked.
Shocked.
Shocked face. Okay.
If you had to like show on the movie poster like a woman like jump scared, this would be
Okay, so while everyone is ready, does everyone need more time, or are we ready to flip?
yeah, mine is almost done.
Done?
yeah, 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay, fine. So I'll continue with my first sketch in the meantime. And then let me know, and then we'll all flip together.
I'm done with mine.
Done? Okay. Alka, how about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. Okay, I guess so.
All right. Okay. Um,
Oh my God.
oh no.
Oh,
My
wow.
God, she looks like a combination of Audrey Hepburn and Sophia Loren.
Awesome. Oh no.
Mine,
I'm not even looking at it. You tell me.
mine is looking like Amber Heard if she got like plastic surgery.
Wait. I want to see everybody's. I'm going to change the setting. Oh my God. Not bad at all. Very nice. Very nice.
Mine looks
Let's see,
like
Michelle.
cross-dressing girl.
Yours is like a cartoon version. It's very nice. Alka, your
Alka, I can
stuff
actually
is
see the
very good,
resemblance.
huh?
Alka, yours is
I
very
think
good,
it's
yeah.
great.
It's really
I
good.
can see who it is.
Mm.
very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I think everybody's is very nice. So
I love Vandika's also. It's very nice.
they've all turned out really good.
Yeah.
So now what we need to do is to, again, objectively see this. At some point, you should try making this picture right side up also. So there was a time when I did this, the first time I did this exercise was with my students in 1997 or 98. And I told my the students to turn it upside down, and they were aghast with this idea. And they said, ma'am, this is just not fair. We would do much better. We need to see it right side up. So I said, okay, fine. You will, after you finish this, you do this right side up as well. And you will not believe 100% people goofed up right side up. And the upside down pictures, they couldn't believe that their upside down pictures were better than their right side up pictures. They just felt that if they could see the person that they recognized and see the features for how they normally see, they would be able to draw better. But it just doesn't work like that. We are so clouded with our own data that we tend to mess up much more right side up. But do try it. This is just a theory until you experience it yourself. I've experienced that my upside down pictures are surprisingly good, though I can't really tell distances. But if I give myself enough time, I will be able to make those adjustments much better. So by the end of the sketch, I knew that I had to change those things. Now,
Aditi, there's also
yeah.
this guy called Tomo's Creativity. and he does a similar thing where he says draw with your left hand or with your non-dominant hand, and that also works like surprisingly well. Like, when you draw with your hand that is not dominant, sometimes he gives you a grid, like, how you make a grid and then draw it along that. But some of his exercises are also quite interesting. A guy called Tony Buzan, Buzan.
Okay, very nice, very interesting. So before we end today, I wanted to share some other things, since now next month we are going to start doing a different topic. There were a few more images that I wanted to share with you, which were about identifying dimension in faces. So this is a more advanced way of making illustration. Oh, where did she go? I don't know why this has come. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is one manner in which we can, now again, I have just pulled this out off of Pinterest. And there are several ways in which you can make portraits. There are two very respected styles. Now I'm forgetting what their names are, but I'll look for those, in which they have very precise measurements for the eyes, nose, mouth, whatever. But what I wanted to show you was that it all starts with basic lines and shapes and proportions. So in this case, you have a circle, which is then cut into half horizontally, vertically, the same way that we do. So if we were to take this face again, we can recreate the same thing with shapes. So if we do, even if it's upside down, sorry. It's usually the head, top of the head, nose and eyes that come into the circle. And then you cut it in half. But this time now you can change the angle according to the angle of the face. And then you start seeing a lot of measurements are possible. The top of the eyes, the placement of the eyes at about half of the bottom half, and about the same distance further, you will have the mouth. The orientation of the mouth is pretty much the same. And then a certain distance away, you can draw a line perpendicular to the line of the mouth or the chin. And then at what angle the rest of the face is made. So these are possibilities. These are things that you can also use, and you can decide what measurements you want to use and what proportions you want to use. It does not always have to be from some prescribed methodology. And these will help you to get those shapes right. Now, I've not done any of that right now because I wanted us to go through the trenches first instead of into the highway. So from the highway, you will be able to reach these places much easier, but your observation might be a little compromised if you don't go through this. Okay.
Ma'am, just give me one moment, I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so next month we are, sorry, any questions, anybody, any comments?
No.
Any difficulties?
No.
Okay, so going further, I would recommend that try making portraits once in a while. Go through our entire process First draw the body parts, just the eyes, nose, mouth. We haven't gone to the hands and feet. That's also another completely different mountain to conquer. And it can be just as tough. So do that, and then try faces, and also try human figures. Oh, we have 4 minutes. Can I quickly just show you this one part? Oh. Two human figures that I have shared, which I wanted to also show you how you can sketch. And these are easy to do. This is like how I guess Ritika would enjoy in travel sketching. These these sketches come in really handy. Okay. Yeah, so something like this. When you can just sketch this with the shape.
Yeah.
I want to show you how that can be done. We have 3 minutes because I have to rush to the next class. Oh, yeah. No, now I can't tell. My camera is upside down. The picture is looking right side up. So funny. Okay. So when you see these human figures, which are from further away, start with making again just the silhouette. And you can actually just make these shapes without thinking about what the shapes mean. Suppose this were to be a blurred image, how would this look? So this exercise is also quite interesting. When her leg is foreshortened, this is how pants look. And then you have the other leg. Now we would never ever be able to visualize this and draw it ourselves. That's why our figures, our human figures, look very straight and boring. And especially things like shoes and all, so they look awful. So these are the occasions where you can learn to draw full human figures. And then do the same thing like we did over here. Shade, tone, capturing. And as you proceed to shade, you will start getting a sense of the shape better. Here again, the proportions are changing.
Manu, कौन है?
Right. Okay, and do shading also. So don't focus on tiny things like drawing the hand other than just the outside shape. Okay.
Aditi, can we do one class on this at some point drawing these
Human
shapes because
figures.
yeah, because it's like
Yeah, we
I,
can.
I this is like so it's done so nicely and I find it really difficult to draw.
Okay, we'll do that. I'll try to insert it at some point. Let's see what we have. So our next one is oh, there is nothing else happening. Okay, fine. So I'll just find maybe next week we can do these people and then we'll do the folk art for next month in the week after that. Shall we do that? Human figures, small human figures next week. So we'll do
In
one.
folk art, what are we doing?
In folk and native arts, I'm actually selecting arts from different parts of the world. So we'll do Pacific Northwest, we'll do Mexican, Australian, and whatever else I find in between. It's fantastic. And more than anything, it's just the because it's supposed to be primitive art also, because it's native. There are a lot of connotations in that, why certain motifs are used, why certain colors are used. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, it seems hard to give that up to.
No, we'll do that now. Let's see, we might just get 5 weeks in June. Nahin, we're not getting it. Friday class, a non-existent Friday class has 5.
Or if you do one of those Instagram videos, the live one.
People?
Super.
That week, yeah, that weekend.
Maybe I
Yeah.
can do that. Okay, let's try. Okay, so either that, if I don't manage the Insta Live, then we can do people next week and we will do one native art. And then one of the native arts, you can watch a video of another class or something like that. Okay? Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, see you everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Ritika, please put up your pics. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.